guys, so I'm here with Caroline today. Caroline is another one of our horticulture specialists, and her primary responsibility here at the Garden Center is to take care of our beautiful interior plant building, all of these beautiful tropicals, orchids that are grown locally in Seagrove. And she's going to take us through the care of some of these beautiful tropicals, specifically because this is kind of a personal ask. Ricardo and I, we just finished a beautiful Carolina room, which you've seen. We just transformed our deck into a beautiful sunroom. And so we need some assistance picking out some houseplants to put in this beautiful room that gets so much sunlight, gorgeous sunlight. And I don't know, so I'm hoping you know, and you can tell me what will work well in there.
Yeah, well, definitely we have a lot of plants that will do well, especially in like the full sun portion that room is going to get. I really don't love citrus for that area. But don't you have like hooks that you can hang things on?
We're going to get some hooks and put some hooks up on. Yep.
Well, we have these great hanging basket citrus that thrive in full sun. And I think that these would look really good and go well in that area.
And, you know, we love lemons and limes.
And you get some fruit out of it.
We got the lemons and we've got the lime baskets.
Yes.
And so I agree. Like, I think those would be so perfect. And the kids love lemon and lime. And it's just fun to grow something that you can use in the kitchen too.
Yes.
So that'll be awesome.
And it's not like having your citrus outside because you can keep it in that room all year round. You don't have to move it in when it gets colder.
Yeah, we'll have a heat source in that room too. So yeah, that's a good point because in North Carolina, we can't grow citrus outside, right?
Right.
We'll have to keep it in a container and something that we can pull in. You can put it outside. What would you say, like the temperature needs to stay above?
I put my citrus outside when the temperatures are like high 40s, low 50s until it gets to those temperatures at night again in the fall.
Okay. And then you just pull them into a space that, they always need to have some sort of light source though when you pull them in the winter, or would they be okay like in a garage?
So usually citrus, you know how we get like the good grapefruits and the good oranges in the wintertime. So usually in the fall and winter is when your citrus is going to be ripe. So what I do is I pull them in and I put them in the kitchen where I get the most sun in the house. And then after everything is ripe and I harvest it, then I just, scooch it out of there and put it in another spot.
Okay. Yeah. So, but just definitely a spot that's going to still get some light in the winter. Okay. Good to know.
Yes.
All right. What else do we have that you think will be good for that space?
So because you have such an amazing amount of space in the front, I love this guava right here. I think that this needs full sun, and I think it will do really well there. I would bump this up into like a little bit bigger pot, but this is just going to go crazy in there. It already has a lot of new growth so far this year, and it's again something that the kids will love to eat.
And Ricardo too, originally from Costa Rica, he will definitely appreciate any reminders of home and those tropical plants like that.
Yes.
How do you know this needs to be bumped up? Like, why are you suggesting that we bump it up in a different size pot?
Well, just because like this is, I think it's just, I'm looking at the size of this, trunk right here.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like it needs a little bit more space. It's one of the instinct. It's one of those plant vibey instincts.
I do see that it's kind of pushing against the edge of this pot. Like you can almost. I have no clue when a plant needs to be repotted. Yeah. And I can look at this and see that it feels like it's trying to break out of this pot. So
I would imagine
I'm getting those vibes too. And I'm not somebody who typically carries around plant vibes like you do. So basically just kind of noticing the size of the trunk and noticing that it sort of appears to be branching out and getting too big for its britches.
Yes, and I would bet you that if you took this out, that root ball would be smushed like this.
Oh, okay. Because of the way that's why it's sort of going oval now.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good pick.
So I think something flowering would look amazing in there and give you like some more of that
color
feel. And
it's a black and white room.
Yes. So I love cannas. They are one of the easiest plants to grow.
That's what this is too, right?
Yes. So these two are just two of the cannas that we have. These will continuously bloom all summer.
Nice.
As soon as all of these finish blooming and you see them die back, take this and cut it about right here.
Okay, so
right there,
okay.
yes. And it will continue to bloom all summer. So every time the blooms fade, cut it again, rebloom.
Oh,
cut
very
it again,
cool. I would
rebloom.
not have known to do that.
Yeah.
So, awesome. That's a great tip.
Yeah.
What kind of care do these guys need? Do they need a lot of water? Or?
These are very, very easy. So just you can ignore them. They can take full sun. Just like, I guess, whenever the top of the pot feels dry, then water it really good.
Okay.
If it feels like you're picking up a Frisbee and you could toss it across the room, it needs
some water. So it needs some weight to it.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, these are beautiful, and they would look good together in a pot together too.
Yes. These are pretty hardy. Like I have a lot of cannas at home, and I can't ever remember killing one.
Oh, well, that is a good thing to know.
Yeah.
Because plants can be finicky, and
they can.
They require as much attention as our children most days.
Yes.
Cool.
I know there is some part of your sunroom that doesn't get full sun all the time, like where we could put something that can tolerate some shade, like light shade or like that bright indirect light. I love monsteras because especially this delicioso one, this is going to get very big, and as soon as it gets repotted, it's going to start shooting up new growth, and this could probably fill a whole corner of your room.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be awesome to have, and have a really good focal point in those back areas of the room that don't have the view from the front. And I see the roots are popping out. Is that how you know that it's ready for a new home?
Yeah. Yes.
And how much bigger would you go when you repot something? How much bigger of a pot should I go than the pot that it's in?
I would go, so this is a 6-inch. I would go up to at least a 12-inch pot.
Oh, really? So like double in size?
Yes.
Okay.
These are fast growers.
Okay. And so that'll always be specific upon what the plan is, right?
Yes.
So some plants that grow slower, you would just maybe go up one size.
Right.
Versus something like this that you say is going to grow really quickly. Give it the space to do that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. We have several things in here that are variegated.
I love a variegated leaf. It just adds a little bit of more,
a little spice
amongst all the green to get a little color that's not a bloom, but that's on the actual leaf. Cool.
So this is a pothos. It's one of our the variegated ones, and the more sun it gets, the more variegation you're going to get.
Okay.
So if it's more in a shady area, then the leaves are going to be like more of this solid green, but as you expose it to more sunlight, then you see more of this gorgeous variegation coming out.
So if I put this in some place where it's not barely getting sun, would that variegation go away, or just the new growth wouldn't have variegation?
The new growth wouldn't have that much. So like you see, this is
so that has no
like that.
That's probably because it's been hidden underneath these leaves and not getting as much light.
Yes. Okay. Or it hasn't been rotated when it's been hanging up. As you can see, this is new growth over here,
and it does have variegation.
Yep.
Okay, so rotating your plant too is important.
It is.
Okay, I wouldn't have thought of something like that. So I'm glad I have you to give me that information.
And it helps them not grow all wonky too. So you could have a plant that's like reaching this way, and then you pick it up, and then it's like your whole plant's going this way. So you want to
balance,
rotate it so it grows evenly in all directions.
Because it's going to grow towards the light, most likely.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
All right. What's this guy?
Well, this is another favorite of mine for the variegation. It's a little ficus plant, and this one's called Moonshine. Ooh. And I love how almost white these leaves are, but then it can still thrive and photosynthesize because there's enough green in there.
How quickly is this guy going to grow?
These are slower growers than other plants are. So you might get another 4 or 5 inches on it this growing season, through the summer, but then it'll slow down.
So he'll stay in this size pot for a little while.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you wanted it in something decorative, then just plop it down in something cute.
Yeah. I think that's a good tip that I've heard you say to a lot of people. They want a pretty pot, but it might not be in the best interest of the plant to be put in the new pot immediately. So you can get the pretty pot a little bit bigger than the pot it's in and just place it in that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
For your decoration purposes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Caroline, I really appreciate you running me through some of these houseplants. I'm going to get some of these today. Don't tell Ricardo how much I'm about to spend on these plants.
No.
And I think I'm just going to kind of surprise them with them and put them up in the room. And then I'll give you all a tour of the room with these beautiful selections that you've helped me
Yay.
pick out.
Oh,
So
great. I
thank you.
can't wait to see
Yeah,
it
and
in
then
there.
you can come over and we can like have some snacks and
Yes.
chill in the new room.
And look at all the pretty plants.
And I look at all the pretty plants in
Yes.
the purified air. Thanks, Caroline.
No problem.